Brookhaven Shopping Center was once the pride of suburban Illinois, a sprawling mall filled with laughter, neon signs, and the scent of cinnamon pretzels. But after a fire in 2008 took 7 lives in its underground arcade, the mall was abandoned. Locals said strange things began happening after midnight, whispers echoing through locked stores, flickering lights, and cold drafts that smelled faintly of burnt smoke. When a new security company took over, only one man volunteered for the night shift. His name was Ethan Cole, a retired Marine looking for peace after too many restless years. But what he found inside Brookhaven was not peace. It was a door that never should have been opened. Ethan's flashlight beam cut through the dust and emptiness as the giant glass doors closed behind him with a hollow thud. The sound echoed across the marble floor, making the silence heavier. He walked past old mannequins draped in cobwebs, broken escalators frozen mid-step, and the flickering sign of Glory Diner, where grease stains still clung to the floor. At 11:57 p.m., he checked the security system in the main office. One monitor blinked static for a second. Cam 7, lower arcade hallway, the very area where the fire had started years ago. Ethan leaned closer. The static cleared for a moment, and he saw something move. A shape, small, fast, then gone. He blinked, thinking maybe it was interference. The clock struck midnight, and every screen went black for exactly 10 seconds. When they came back on, the camera in Cam 3 near the east corridor now showed a light. A single bulb swinging gently from the ceiling, though the power grid was supposed to be dead. Ethan whispered to himself, "Probably backup power, old wiring." He grabbed his flashlight and walked toward the corridor. But as he turned the corner, the bulb stopped swinging, and the air grew colder. The east corridor was lined with a defunct clothing store, Evertrends. Inside, mannequins stood in rows, wearing decayed outfits, their faces blank and cracked. Ethan heard something faint, a heel clicking on tile. He turned his flashlight, the beam cutting across the lifeless forms. No one there. He exhaled, the sound sharp in the silence. Then, from behind him, click, click, click. He spun around again. One of the mannequins was now facing him. He stepped back, flashlight trembling in his hand. He had been in that same store minutes ago. None of them were turned that way. He whispered again, "All right, someone's messing with me." He walked toward the mannequin and touched its arm. Cold plastic. Then he turned away to check the back door. Behind him, the sound of scraping plastic echoed. He whipped back around. The mannequin's head was now tilted, staring up at the ceiling. Its arm was slightly raised, as if pointing somewhere. He followed its gesture toward the service elevator door, the basement. The elevator creaked as Ethan descended into the sublevel. It stopped with a jolt, lights flickering. The air smelled of smoke and mildew. He stepped out, flashlight trembling against graffiti-scarred walls. Down the hall, a faint melody drifted through the dark, a music box tune, broken and uneven. He followed the sound, boots echoing off concrete. The melody led him to an old arcade, its sign burnt half away. Inside were rows of shattered machines. One still blinked faintly. Insert coin to continue. Ethan crouched, The machine was unplugged, and yet the screen flickered, showing a reflection of someone behind him. He turned, heart pounding. No one. The melody stopped. The screen went dark. Then a whisper. Don't play after midnight. The voice was right behind his ear. He spun, flashlight catching the faint outline of a child's handprint on the glass cabinet beside him, burned black. He ran. Back in the control room, Ethan's hands shook as he rewound the night's footage. The static was back, stronger this time. Cam 7 again, the lower arcade. On screen, he saw himself running, but in the corner of the frame, a shadow followed him. Long arms, no face, its movement jerky like broken film. He froze the frame, zoomed in. The shadow's hand rested on his shoulder, even though he was alone. The power cut out. Every monitor went black. Then, on the center screen, text appeared, typed one letter at a time. Playback continues. A video began autoplaying. Footage from 2008, the night of the fire. It showed panicked crowds, smoke, and one child standing still. Her eyes black, her mouth whispering words no sound could catch. As the smoke filled the screen, Ethan saw something in the reflection of the flames. The same mannequin from Evertrends, melting. The next morning, the day shift guard arrived. The mall was quiet. Ethan's radio lay on the floor, still hissing static. In the security room, every monitor displayed a frozen frame. Ethan standing in front of the arcade machine, staring at the screen. When police reviewed the footage, it glitched at 3:03 a.m. For exactly 10 seconds, Ethan's reflection in the screen smiled, even though his face remained still. Then, the tape ended. Days later, Brookhaven Center was shut down again. And in one corner of Evertrends, the mannequins were found rearranged, forming a perfect circle. In the center of them lay Ethan's flashlight, still glowing faintly. They say, if you drive by Brookhaven after midnight, you can see a faint beam of light moving between the glass doors, like a man walking his rounds. And if you stand close enough, you'll hear it, that faint, broken tune of a music box. Right before a whisper behind you says, "Don't play after midnight." So, if you ever find yourself alone in an empty mall and a single light turns on by itself, walk away, because some shifts never end. If this story gave you chills, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who dares to stay up past midnight. Follow Cursed Chronicles for more horrifying stories, where every tale hides a secret, and every secret hides a curse.